Hey there everybody, this is NDM here, and this guys could very well be the last recording session of Jet Force Gemini. I don't know if it will be, but just in case, well, I did try and, well, I was just experimenting to see if I could save it, because sometimes it doesn't save, you know, like what happened when I was in iCore, it didn't save and I had to redo all of iCore again. Well, I was just experimenting to see if the game would save, and it does. So we're going to go to our file, obviously, and we're going to do the spawn ship, no, not the spawn ship, the space station as Vela in this episode, and get all the tribals, because this is the last area where tribal collecting is needed. So after we've done this level, we will never have to go tribal hunting again. And then after we've done this level, all we'll need to do is play as Juno to get the last spaceship part, and that'll be it. We'll be off to Mizar. So I think this probably will be the last recording session today. So if we get, well, it all depends how fast we get this level done. Because this level, well, it's not really that big, like I said in the last episode. This level is actually very small. It's not that big. Right, so like, well, these tribals right here, these ones that we're collecting right now, these ones are the tribals that give me the most troubles throughout the whole entire space station, believe it or not, because I never knew this area existed until I looked up an online walkthrough. And yeah, I never got the weapon until I looked up an online walkthrough, because this is where you get your weapon. A weapon we won't be using much either. It's pretty much just as efficient as the shocker. It's the flamethrower. It's pretty much just the same as the shocker, except for it burns the enemies instead. It doesn't stun them, it just burns them, and then they start running around the room like crazy because they're on fire. But you don't get that many capacities for this either, so, you know, I think in the space station, I know you do come across capacities and stuff, but, like, I'm not sure if they're all flamethrower, or if they're some homing missile, or if there are some shocker, or machine gun, plasma shotgun, you know, the usual stuff. I'm not sure if there are any of those capacities in here, but just in case, just on the offside that does happen, I'm not going to collect any of the capacities nonetheless, because I want to collect those as Juno instead of Vela, so we're gonna... Alright, now this jump is pretty tricky to make too, to get back up to the top here, because you don't want to go into the spaceship, obviously, because if you go into that, you're just going to restart the whole level again, so you better make sure that you don't go running into that. And you'll see just how spooky the atmosphere in this level is, because, you know, it's an abandoned space station. No! Oh well, never mind, that's just one capacity, that doesn't really matter. There are plenty more in this level, I'm pretty sure, but that's no biggie. Just make sure you don't pick up the others. I mean, you made one mistake in this video already, and that's collecting that, so you don't want to go making another mistake by collecting another one. So, you know, just make sure you don't collect all... Just collect all the tribals. That's all you're really here for, is tribals, not capacities. Yeah, but this place looks so much the same no matter where you go, because the hallways all look the same and everything, so it's kind of easy to get lost in here. It's really hard to navigate around, because there are elevator shafts you have to find to go to traverse from one floor to the next. So, is there any in here? No, there's no tribals in here. Okay, I'm not sure if we cleared out the bottom floor already of all the tribals. Maybe. Well, it all depends where the elevator shaft is. Hang on a second. This doesn't look familiar. I don't think we've been down here. Well, we'll have a look and see what's down here then. Oh, it's an elevator shaft leading up. I'll get on this. But yeah, you can... Like, this level gives so much atmosphere. Like, you think of who was in the space station before it got abandoned, like who was actually leading this spaceship. Was it Mizar's aliens, or was it a different kind of species of alien? Who knows? Alright, so let's get on fuel, get some fuel and levitate across. Alright, I'm not sure. Well, there's one capacity right there that I almost just ran into as well. Lucky I didn't. Okay, is there any around here? I think we've actually been up this part, or haven't? No, we haven't, because there's a capacity right there, and there's also tribal. So we've got 4 more left to find. Which the last 4 aren't really that hard to find. Most of them are on the bottom 4. So, okay. Alright. Where is this elevator shaft? See, like, it's so hard to get... So hard to not find your way around. It's easy to get lost. Okay. Like, I just need to familiarize myself with this. We've already been down there, so we don't need to go down there, because this just leads in a whole circle. Alright. And that leads us back, so we don't want to go back. Well, we can't go back anyway, because you need the jetpack to hover across, so can't do anything about that. Is there anything up this way? Like the entrance way? Well, this might explain a lot. No, that's the entrance. God, I'm messing around way too much here. It'd be nice if we had a map of this area, then we'd be able to find our way around them a lot more easily. Do we need to go down? Because that's probably where I have to go. I have to go down instead of go up. And yes, we do, because this is where the elevator shaft is. Right now, I know exactly where I'm going. Because this floor that we go into, that this elevator shaft leads to, is not a very huge floor. It's like a circle, basically. It's not really that hard to find. It's just the first floor, or the first two floors that are really hard to navigate around. Because it's kind of like a maze, whereas this level is just one simple circle, and it's kind of easy to find your way around it. Right, I'm just going to use tri-rockets in here. I'm not even going to care about how confined the space is. In case I blow myself, I'm not really going to care about that as such. Alright. Need to collect that head. Yeah, I'm not going to care about how confined the space is. I'm just going to go crazy with my tri-rockets. No, you don't want to go down there. That's just going to take you back down. We haven't got all the triballs of this floor yet. In fact, we haven't got any. I thought they were in that room where that big, giant, massive drone was, but I think there's another room later on. I think it's this room right here that has a massive drone in it too. Or maybe not. Okay, it's just like the same kind of room, but it just has two tribals in it, and it's the last two tribals. But we're going to go down to the bottom floor now, so I can just show you pretty much what the whole space station looks like. I'm not going to miss out any floors here. Even though the bottom floor of the very, very bottom floor of the space station is an absolutely pointless floor, and you'll see why. It does seem like there will be something there, but there isn't, and you'll see what I mean when I get down there. Alright, is it this way to the bottom? No, it's not. Yeah, and another thing that makes this level so atmospheric is the music. It's like really ambient, very spooky, kind of ominous. Very ominous indeed. Okay. Alright, no, tri-rockets, yeah. Even though you don't get any... Well, actually, I think this is the only level in the game where you don't get any Gemini health, so... But you don't really need any Gemini health because of how small the level is and how... There aren't that many aliens in here, so you're not going to die necessarily in here unless you obviously want to commit suicide and stand up right next to a wall and spam tri-rockets and blow yourself up. But I don't know why the heck you'd want to do that, because if you do that, you end up losing all your tribals. Well, if you lose all your continues anyway. Thought I should mention that. Oh, well, I think that's actually happened to me in the LP. But if you lose all your continues, you lose all your tribals. And this is the room that I'm talking about, where it seems like there'd be something in here, and I don't know if I opened the Life Force door. Look, it's just a dead end, there's nothing in here. You'd think there'd be like some kind of spaceship part in here or something. Or this, like, dead end would serve as a purpose, because this is a Life Force door right here. You actually need to kill all the aliens to open this door, and then and then you open the door and you find out there's nothing in there. It must be like some kind of April Fool's prank or something, because... I don't know, it just seems like it serves some form of purpose towards the game, but it doesn't, so who knows what that room was actually supposed to be for. Maybe it was in a beta version or something, and they forgot to put it in the real version. And I'm being squished. Don't worry, if you get squished by those elevator shafts, you don't die, so don't worry about that. Alright, I know what I'm going to do once I've got out of here. we're going to come back here as Lupus and we're going to get the flamethrower, and then we're going to come back in here as Juno and get the flamethrower, and then clear this whole area out with the capacities. I think we'll have enough time to do that, so I just got to find my way out now. That's the only problem, is trying to find my way out. Yeah. I think it's actually kind of, well, it's easier to find your way out than it's harder to find your way in, so. Because trying to find your way in is a lot more harder, because it's like the first time you've been in here, so, you know, obviously it's going to be a lot more harder to find your way out. So, gonna go in. Alright, we're practically almost there now, so we ain't got much left to go. We're almost out. Alright, so we need to get our fuel pad. Or our fuel, not our fuel pad, we need to get our fuel from the fuel pad to get the hell across the gap there. Alright, we're almost done. Then once we're done, we can go to Lupus and then get his flamethrower. But there's only one capacity in here. Or no, that's wrong. There's only 2 left for me to get, and I know exactly where those 2 are. They're like kind of close to each other, so it's not going to be that, you know, that long for me to do. Get the heck in your spaceship, dude. Yeah, you do need to get in your spaceship to obviously finish off the level. I think I might actually do that in the next video, because this is going to take some time for me to do, I think, and I don't really want to run the time out, so, because we're almost out of time anyway. We only have like 5 minutes left of the video, and it's going to take me at least about 6 or I bet it would take me at least 6 minutes to get Juno the capacity, get Juno the flamethrower, and get Lupus the flamethrower. So I'll do all that in the next video, and then we can just head off straight onto the spawn ship as Juno and get the last amount of collectibles that we need to get before we head to Mars Palace, and then go speak to King Jeff and get our final spaceship part. But technically, the final spaceship part we'll be getting is the one as Juno in the spawn ship, because that's the last collectible one that you can actually find scattered across the world, whereas Jeff already possesses the final spaceship part anyway. So until then, this is NDM saying thanks for watching, take care everybody, see you in the next video, and goodbye.